Welcome back to Canard Boulevard. My name is Scott. Today we're going to be flying to Brunswick, Maine, the first trip I've made since installing the new GPS and transponder in my plane. I'm going to fly out to Maine. A friend of mine lives out there, and I'm going to be looking after her dogs for a few days. While I'm there, she's going to actually do my IPC, my instrument proficiency check, as well as my flight review, because she happens to be not only a flight instructor, but my very first flight instructor from 35 years ago. I am going out for at least 10 days. I may be heading back to Canada on the way back, so I've got a lot of stuff with me. I'm heavy. And it is pretty warm out today. It's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm on the shortest runway and it is an uphill slope. But of course my plane handles it no problem at all. I'm off well before the intersection, which is kind of my limiting point on this takeoff. So this plane with me and a whole bunch of stuff in the back on a hot day still takes off and flies great. The forecast for this trip is nice, clear blue skies, but very high winds, and it looks like turbulence the entire way. There is just pileups of turbulence every which way, every altitude, and everything from moderate, and I saw even a report of severe turbulence, but lots and lots of moderate turbulence, so that's what I'm expecting on this trip. Unfortunately, I did not start my audio recorder, so I don't have cockpit communications, but that's okay. We're going to zip through this 3.5-hour trip. And luckily, I got up to 13,500 feet, and it turns out it was a nice, smooth ride at that altitude. Of course, I had to wear oxygen at that altitude, but that's fine. I've got oxygen on board. I've got my oxygen concentrator. So as I'm flying along Lake Erie here, nice, smooth ride and lots of great visibility. I do have some headwinds, so I'm only doing about 153 knots over the ground, even though I'm truing at about 165. That's going to change, though, as you will see. Going over the Finger Lake region of New York State, Upper New York State, beautiful area. You can see how the ground kind of undulates up and down in that area that creates those lakes and those little basins. It's a really tourist area, lots and lots of cottages and cabins and things. As you can see, I'm flying over those lakes here as well on the ground. You can see a little bit of turbulence as I'm getting over this area, and I'm thinking, okay, this is where it's about to start. But as soon as I get past the Finger Lakes, it starts smoothing out again. So, okay, that's great. However, the winds at the destination are pretty brutal, and as I take off, it was about 3:30 in the afternoon, and the winds at the destination, the crosswinds, were exceeding my crosswind capability, but they were forecast to die down. Here I am flying over the mountains of Vermont. Pretty inhospitable terrain, but at 13,500 feet, there was very few times where I was outside of gliding distance of an airport. Here you can see the cockpit. I'm pulled back to 6.7 gallons per hour and 150 knot true with 166 over the ground. However, if I push it up to 8 gallons per hour, you can see here I'm truing out at 165 knots at 13,500 feet, doing 181 knots over the ground. And at one point, I actually got up to 200 knots across the ground with the winds. So that was pretty amazing. I don't think I've ever had this plane going that fast over the ground. 3.5 hours later, here I am over Brunswick Executive Airport, and as I'm coming down here, I'm I'm crossing over at about 1,500 feet AGL. You can see I'm definitely getting tossed around a bit more, but the best is yet to come as I'm turning into the pattern here. And you can see as I descend, I'm now into pattern altitude about 1,000 feet above, and it's definitely getting more and more turbulent. The winds are very, very high, so I'm trying to judge those winds based on the drift I'm seeing, and the winds were very strong. Very beautiful scenery around here, though. It's great just to go up and fly around. So I can see that I got actually blown out quite a bit farther than I had expected, just because of those very strong winds coming from the northwest. So I have a strong crosswind from the left, and it's probably at this altitude, I think it was showing about 25 knots, which is a significant wind, and it was gusty. There's a couple times here where I had gusts that just went away and all of a sudden I started sinking, and you can hear my engine going up to compensate. So I was keeping extra speed in here. You can see I actually accelerated above my landing brake speed there for a moment with the cast light coming on. But I did keep extra speed in here simply because those gusts were coming and going, and I didn't want to be left sinking with not enough airspeed to rescue it. So I carried extra speed into this approach, and I was getting thrown around. It doesn't look as bad as it felt, but I was really working because the turbulence was pretty significant. And of course, once I got into the ground effect, it settled out a bit, even though there was still quite a bit of wind and some crosswind, but I was holding it on the center fairly well. I was floating because I carried all that extra speed in, so I just waited for it to come down, and there we go. So they had me park inside the hangar there in Brunswick, and when I opened up the hangar, I saw a plane that I couldn't identify. It looks like an Epic, but it's not. This is a Kestrel K-350, originally Farnborough Aviation. It is a one-of-a-kind prototype. The company went bankrupt, so this is the only one they ever made. It looks like an Epic. It's quite a bit larger than an Epic, but Epic actually partnered with this company. That's why they look so similar. You can see they have steam gauges on the left, and they had started putting glass on the right, and here's my plane parked right next to it. Unfortunately, that plane is going to get cut up and sold for scrap, especially the PT6 engine, which I guess has some value. But yeah, that airplane sat outside for a couple of years because the hangar fees were not being paid by the bankrupt company, and now it's destined for the scrap heap. And of course, off to Maine, beautiful Maine. Every picture you take looks like a portrait. It's just beautiful in this area. You can see the little seal we saw here, and of course, if you go to Maine, there are lobsters everywhere you go, and fog, of course, but still beautiful. I did go do my IPC, which I didn't bother filming because I didn't think anyone was going to want to see me under the hood for 2.5 hours doing approaches. It's pretty boring for anybody else other than me. It was exciting for me, and it was a workout. I was sweating afterwards. I'll record the trip home. Right now, the weather looks like it is going to be an IFR trip, so now that I am current, having done my IPC, that should be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you do like this video, want to see more like it, click like on it, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.